No, I know they say if person get issue, may not go court.
Okay.
But you're right. But they say the court not to the best place for settle with differences.
Okay.
We for able come back inside, in-house, and resolve it amicably. No war, no day in the world where they don't solve at the battlefield.
Yes, subscribe. You always the watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All waiting you get for do, press this red subscribe button, and then you come over here and press this bell. So the bell option, press this one with all. It don't done. It no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you the support we for make we do more. Thank you for we don't help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you.
Welcome to AYV Television on Channel 33. We also broadcast online, www.ayvnews.com. We stream live on Facebook, Africa Young Voices Media Empire. This now you at talk show hot seat. The program where they ask the questions same way you can want for ask. We can talk to politicians, people in civil society, the media, and business people as well about waiting for BW role for develop this country. And as always, maybe we can bring the program come to you. My name is Amadou Lamwana Ba, and I welcome with viewers them right across the country and across the world, especially with people in our Facebook. As we always can say, we appreciate the comments, the disagreements. The bigger picture now, we all want a better salon. But everybody get their own political party or interest within the support. So as we can appeal, the comments on the Facebook page, let them be civil, respectful. Let we disagree for agree. Everybody expects other person in your opinion. That's what they appeal for on the page. As always, you are welcome. And definitely, we go through the comments and most of the comments they want to make recommendations of the people they want to get na the show. We can try our best for get them na the show. So inside today's program, we can't talk politics. We get inside the program with one of the people we don't show interest for be flag bearer, for be the candidate for the opposition APC party inside the 2023 elections. This person did not serve na the previous government. He served as chief of staff in the State House. He served as Minister of Trade as well. We get him inside the program today for can't tell we waiting in plans and why he want be flag bearer and waiting will be the different thing that we go do if he become president of this country. Inside the program today, I get the pleasure for welcome Dr. Richard Conte, we now one of the many people we don't show interest for be flag bearer of the APC. Doc, welcome to Hot Seat. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much, Lamrana. It's always a pleasure to be here, and I look forward to very fruitful discussions.
No problem. You're very much welcome. We are sure you say it will be very fruitful and engaging. How has it been, with the campaign for the APC, for be flag bearer of the party?
Very, very interesting, very, very hectic, very, very challenging, very revealing too. When they go around the country, they meet with people at all levels, they engage. It'll help you forget an insight into the issues we not ever get before. I feel myself more enriched. Feel myself more knowledgeable now, and I think this time of going round don't help me for better appreciate the realities of waiting when they happen and they continue for happen at this country, and I think it don't help me for able reposition myself, me thinking, me vision, and how when I eventually become president, I think I go be in a better position for address some of these concerns. We go reflect the felt needs of the people there right down at the grassroots where I don't get the opportunity over the last 3 years or so for interact with.
Also, this ambition come out, for wanting to be flag bearer and possibly president of the nation?
It came out of my experience growing up in this country, working in this country as a teacher, a lecturer, working in this country as a civil society activist, addressing burning issues about peace, building this country with the network on collaborative peace building Sierra Leone will be formed. Sierra Leone. Working around mining issues, we believe we form the National Advocacy Coalition on Extractives, where they do so well. You know, working around elections issues and issues around violence, we help for then start with the violence-free elections campaign in 2001, 2002, and now what they call the National Elections Watch. So when I look, and eventually at the regional level with the West Africa Civil Society Forum, we will see how we can engage governments on national issues and see how civil society can make an input. And then later on, when I move away from civil society, I enter government. I also see from being the Deputy Minister of Finance and Economic Development, addressing economic issues, development issues, the challenges there, as Minister of Trade, engaging on trade issues internationally and locally, and seeing how the private sector, we may believe, for be the engine for economic growth and prosperity, how the private sector can also come in for making their own contribution to things happening. And then as Chief of Staff, will give me an oversight over all ministries, departments, and agencies, and basically being at the nerve center of governance. It helped me for better understand the problems, the leakages, and possibly how they can be solved. And now, as a businessman, myself, in opposition, it not only helped me for understand the challenges with the business sector they face, but also the challenges in governance and how when a government not seem forget a full understanding of waiting at their roles and responsibilities and how they for manage a country properly, how the people for suffer. So when I look at the divisions, the animosity, the problems where this country they face, and the threat whether they pose to the very survival of a country, I think it could be very selfish of me to sit back and say, I'm comfortable with another mix. I believe I get a responsibility for intervene, for help, for unite this country, for help, for heal the wounds, for help, for make people them come back and feel themselves a part of the governance architecture, and forget a society where everybody for play an equal part, and everybody for be seen as a Sierra Leonean and be offered an opportunity for actualizing fullest potentials. Not define anybody by virtue of in tribe, in region, in religion, or in political affiliation.
You work very close to the former president, as you say, like as in Deputy Minister of Finance, Trade Minister, and very, very close with him in State House as Chief of Staff.
Yes.
Now that time day, you been get the ambition, they come now say, I don't see how president they work and are able to control, because the responsibility for running a country is very, very
No, I don't tell you, sir. I say the entire life trajectory. It give me a wealth of experience from being a UU teacher, university lecturer, civil society activist, a politician, and a businessman. Give me a broad spectrum. And now in opposition, I see how bad governance, how dictatorship.
This ambition not been there that same day?
No, you always there. But for make it become active to the point where I go decide for get involved at this level now, because I don't say bad people in any society go flourish when good people decide to do nothing. And so I feel say I for come up and get engaged. You
were very influential in that previous regime day. As you say, you moved from Deputy Finance Minister to Trade Ministry to Chief of Staff na State House. So many people, there were many publications about you, ambition of becoming flag bearer of the APC, then succeeding former President Kuma. Now that ambition, they become problem?
No. I mean, I sure say people look at my performance. Look at my track record. And as such, they be feel say the natural progression for be that. But that don't necessarily reflect with the me or reality
not so you been the sort of push for the...
No. I sure say by now, you for don't know say, not even the type of person with a curry for cheap popularity.
But you never came out to challenge and say, no, I'm comfortable with...
Nobody not ever asked me. Like today, when you don't get calls for invite me here for let we talk, you go give me the opportunity for me to give me a side of the story.
Okay.
If you not do that,
no, go ahead.
Usually I know they talk.
Go ahead.
That is me. Me not a person where believe in reckless bravado.
Okay.
You know, I always believe in focusing on the task where I get at hand. And I believe so where I be there in government, I been get a task.
Okay.
And under the leadership of the president, he give you a task and he give you a set of deliverables so they expect from we. And so me focus now before deliver. Because I believe so when I do that, I not go only satisfy my boss, but also satisfy the people. And so the people were responding to what they see, and that was good then. But as I say, now again in a position, now again as a businessman, when I see everything that happen, and I see how after the elections, people were cowed into submission. Nobody, they come out and talk. Nobody, they come out and challenge the issues and whatever. I feel say, Richard, even though you've been out of this government for 4 years, I don't think so you for back in settlement.
Okay.
You say for come out and talk, and over time I feel say I for throw my hat into the ring for the first time ever in my political history.
That ambition there, you know, way of them publications and day or statement them, social media post, even though you say you know be endorse them, you know support any, you know push for let anyone come out. You think say that that's become an animosity or the problem between you and the president then, your former boss?
Well, I don't have to speculate.
What's the problem then?
How I wish you been get the opportunity for ask him. Sincerely, there was no problem. Because the accusations where they be make against me were non-existent. It not ever happened. I not ever forged president's signature.
So they lied on you?
Of course. Now, me own signature they been forged. You know, I not ever fail for be open and transparent in any mining agreement.
So you think so that was machinated, that was planned against you? Why should someone lie by you? Why somebody for lie by you and it cost you your job and your closeness to the president?
That's the big question. That's the question we, to this day, I'm not able to answer.
You don't know, you don't ask? I'm
not able to answer. No, I don't ask. I'm a Christian, don't forgive whoever been doing because I think they did not succeed. Maybe the intention could have been to crush me, to destroy me.
Because you get ambition.
Because they feel, say, they pose a threat to their own ambition.
And you were a threat?
Well, yeah, maybe in their own view, but I don't think, say, I would be a threat to anybody's ambition. Even if, in their own view, maybe then be feel, say, myself, go get similar ambition. I'm not necessarily for worry anybody. We for learn, for believe.
You think so the former president play any role in that?
Well, it depends on which role. I mean, in any situation, all man will get different actors.
It was your boss when I discussed that. Was that an issue you discussed with him and you told him, no, I'm not guilty of this. I may not ever do this. This is a ploy to destroy me.
Unfortunately, they've not been giving me the opportunity.
You ain't not talk on that.
No. The day where they sack me, I've been supposed for travel to America. I've been done meet all the requirements for make Salon before get the MCC. We don't discuss with the Americans. We don't reach an understanding. And on that day, I've been supposed for travel with a delegation, for lead delegation for going to America, for go present. We report, and sometime by now, if we don't finish the first phase of the MCC, for they go to the second phase. Just on my way to the airport, and then called me, say, I'm not for travel. By the time I get home in the evening, I was sacked. A few days later, I was in detention for some days, and then I stayed in court
in
for
all
3
of this,
years.
your boss, the former boss, no ever call you, and I not ever talk on the phone on that.
No.
When I not meet for talk on that.
We don't talk now.
No, not so now.
Before it happened? No.
Before it happened and when it happened.
Before it happened, we not ever talk. After it happened, we talk. As comrades of the APC, as my elder brother, we talk about moving forward. I don't go backwards.
Okay.
Whatever happened in the past, I believe, say, now God in your own design. You know, Joseph, in brothers there, where they be the seller, the intention will be for make it go die, for make them go killer, make go be a slave. But God didn't get your own intention. He ended up as a governor. And these brothers ended up for go bow before him. and in times of need, be able to assist them. So I believe, say, God had a plan for getting me out of the governance structure at the time when he did.
Okay.
So I just say, going forward.
Do you think you were unfairly treated?
I not be feel very comfortable with it happen, but as a Christian, I believe, say, that God be one for me.
You don't
so
forgive and forget?
Oh, yes.
You and former President Kumba don't discuss this?
Yes, I don't tell her.
He apologized, as he said?
It not be need for apologize, because me don't forgive her.
Is there any remorse? He showed any remorse that, you know, he wasn't happy too that it happened, or you think, say, he not get any regret?
Well, I cannot tell. But
yeah, but in interaction, you will able to understand if he feels, if there is some remorse. I know in body language as well.
All I know is that we don't sit down as brothers, we don't, as comrades, we don't discuss the issue, and I tell him, I just know, say, the kind of relationship with me and him being get, nothing, not to know the way I before do, way before justify the kind of treatment we I receive. 9 say not true. Okay. I just believe, say, God allowed that to happen for a reason. What the reason is, I don't know. I go further for I say sometimes that and God be one keep me clear from Ebola. Because sometimes if I been stay, it will put me in charge of Ebola. And I say yes, not true. I say, if you put me in charge of Ebola, before don't go on my monitoring, I go get into contact with Ebola, I die. He say yes, not true. I said, so then God wanted me alive for this day. Okay. And so the best way for make God keep me alive for this day, and for keep me away from interactions with too many people. And really, that happened.
How long it take for make una mend on a relationship?
Well, we never break relationship.
We are not talking. You self don't say you not be the expectant for treat you because of the kind of relationship we have been get.
No, we talk this down. This be answer. Now we can get a discussion.
Now they say so. It means after that happened to you.
After the sacking, the first face-to-face meeting will take place after 6 months. Now we get the first face-to-face meeting.
Okay. And how long it take on for mend the relationship for make una understand on yourself? If una what's in our relationship presently?
Very good.
Okay. Una don't forget about the past.
We relationship with President Nkrumah, it go beyond politics.
Okay.
We all come from the same church. We parents them. We are brothers, comrades in the Wesleyan Church of Sierra Leone. Okay. So we not come meet up in our working place. So we and so if politics don't work, then the other relationship go work. And that is why we are brothers. Okay. And I get tremendous respect for them.
Okay. I just want to ask, in your time working under him, as deputy minister, as minister, as chief of staff, with a close to him, what do you think of in leadership style? What do you think, say, now the biggest thing he should have done that he was unable to do?
One thing I know is that they're a very good listener. I also know, say, he genuinely loved this country and is very concerned about positive things happening. I also know, say, he's a bit oversensitive to criticism. And I also know, say, he's very keen on positive reportage. Okay. And sometimes when those sensitivities then too high, it can get you for act or not act on certain issues in a particular way or not. And then they can get either positive or negative implications. But overall, I think, say, he meant well for this country and he delivered well on this country on the balance of scale. I think, say, a very successful president, and he don't get a track record where it could be difficult for overcomer, but as sure say, of course, it can still be overcome because times have changed and a lot can be done now more easily with fewer resources because of technology and other things. So I think he was a good
Do you think he was actually in charge? You worked with ministers, you know, you had a lot of issues. You said minister and deputy, then the feds, you know, you get institution heads them and ministers and they go head to head on certain things. So you think he had that control of his cabinet and governance then?
I think he was in charge. I think he was on top of things. I think he knew exactly what was happening. In fact, one of my last jobs where I've been do as chief of staff, now be for try for address some of these issues where they happen between ministers and the deputies. And, you know, and what the cause that they maybe we need for understand. Now, because, you know, in politics, we all come to a working place. Some man and they will feel, say, the contribution where they don't make for become president is such that they not forbid the deputy and they forbid the minister.
Okay.
Why this person will not be done be they would they can be boss.
Minister.
And we all get different relations and connections with the president. And so those tensions are there. We also get cases wherein some ministers, they also get a skewed understanding of their role. They not see the deputy as a partner who they need for work with. They want for lord them over. And they forget to say it's all politics. It just, a nomenclature no more than you call him minister, they call him a deputy. You're not better pass them. And sometimes who becomes a minister and a deputy, not based on CV. It's not based on qualification. It's not based on capacity necessarily. Those are political decisions. And so sometimes it can be painful. Me happen to be privileged that I serve as a deputy minister. So I know what it means. And I serve as a deputy minister under 2 different ministers. And their management styles are poles apart. I serve under David Keru. Your management style, it is at variance with Samura Kamara. Your management style. So, and I'm lucky for then serve as a minister, where I then beget me deputy. If you get them, Mabinti will tell you about how we they relate. But one thing way I know is that we will meet every Monday. We they discuss, plan out to work for the month. He gets in schedule, I get me schedule. You know, and but we exchange notes every Monday, and every so often we always did together, and we not ever get any confrontation throughout the.
But you had a lot of ministries
and
that are that.
When I became,
then they make plaba.
Normal, that friction, that politics. These things happen. It's all about how we manage it. You know, they ever totally rule out tension. You know, Matokasef, before Matoka move, you get for the tire and the ground, get some engagement. So it's normal. I think it's all about how we manage these things going forward. And I think say now important. But maybe part of the reason why we get these tensions are because we not get a clear definition of roles and responsibilities. And also,
and as chief minister, you not be able to do that.
Sometimes people they also
as chief of staff,
they allow space for others for exercise them yourself. As chief of staff, what they call chief minister now, of course, you know this position, you know this is a constitution, and so your powers they're limited to the delegated authority with the president they give you. So sometimes, because me being coming as a former minister, we don't get a proven track record. I've been getting some small clout.
But you've been getting one they challenge you.
Of course. Because you could tell you I'm a mandate. And I can't challenge it. Because the truth is that in mandate where the constitution me not get.
What's are the regrets where you get, you know, serving as in then different capacity than they and penultimately as chief of staff? What you get any regrets? Say there are things you could have done better.
You know, I always talk. I say one of me regrets in politics. Now I left Minister of Trade.
Why?
I think I came into that ministry when it was dead. The president give me marching orders, which he'd expect. The first one being, say, Richard, look at we ranking and the ease of doing business. You're a businessman. This has to change. And so in less than 2 years, we succeed for move up for become the 6th most improved country ease of doing business. We're able to attract investors to Sierra Leone. We're able to go around and try for change people's perception about Sierra Leone. We host inside this country for the first time ever an investment forum where we attract over 300 investors. We get a local content policy. We try for get a framework where we will ensure Sierra Leoneans then benefit from the endowments with this God don't give we as a country. We also able do several other policies, and we set up the SME fund for deal with issues about access to finance for small and medium enterprises, for try to see how we can grow the private sector from the bottom up, for ensure say we make the private sector the engine for economic growth and prosperity. I've just done develop the private sector development program, and I've been done attract £4 million support from DFID for try for expander. But I left the ministry the very January of 2013 when the funding came through. Now I move over to Chief of Staff. So I believe...
And the president not ask if you wanted to stay or you wanted to move?
Interestingly, we discuss her. Let me say I want to move.
Okay.
I make her say I regret
why
I being... Because he asked me if I want to stay or I want to move.
Okay.
Let me tell you I want to move.
Because you get that ambition, you get that political ambition, and you think say...
No. I'm not being mean for go Chief of Staff office. That's what I want.
Okay.
That's what I want. I been get what I want, but I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
Okay. I've been getting my own preference. So I've been feeling they didn't go send me. But they don't send me as Chief of Staff. But again, my own position has always been that it's not about me. It's about my boss and where he believes I can serve best. And so when he say, I forgo serve as Chief of Staff, I say, it's about you. I will serve wherever you believe I can serve. And that is what I try to do to the best of my ability.
You were only out of that government for 4 years. We didn't sack you. You not continue with Ernest
the second term?
After they sack you, you work with the government in the first term.
Yes.
And you went to the second term.
Second term, yes.
Yes. So
for 1.5 years.
Yes. So what do you think say now una failure? What do you think say now the thing we una fail on that you were part of? The governance that you were part of?
Which will fail.
Yeah. When I fail the people of this country on.
Well, I don't think say we fail of this country.
What do you think say you could have done that you didn't do? Where a failure in
well,
governance?
I don't want to call it a failure. And, you know, when you use the word failure, it connotes negativity.
Okay.
And me, Mr. Positive, I always like to look at the positive side of things. There are a lot of things we could have done differently. I believe say we'll be able to do more roads with the same resources so we get if we be in structure.
That will overspend per road, now that you mean.
I'm not use the word overspend. I say if we be in structure the interventions.
It wasn't structured well.
We be overwhelmed by the desire for do as many roads as we can in the shortest possible time because of the need at the time. Okay. But waiting, we not be take full cognizance of. Now the fact say resources are limited. They are not infinite. And in road construction, you sign a contract, and the contract is valid for a period. If, because of your own fault, the program get for extend beyond the time frame where it's supposed for last, usually they call for a variation.
Okay. And
so then they been lead to several changes. Also, we've been get a situation wherein you go down start a road, for example, the Lumley-Toke road. When we start the road, it be supposed to be a single carriageway. All the area beyond Adonkia was supposed to be rural, bush. By the time the road construction starts, Adonkia to Hamilton door open. By the time the road they reach Adonkia, beyond Hamilton door open. So the road,
it's more expensive.
Therefore, extend now from a single carriageway to a dual carriageway, basically from 2 lane to 4 lane. And when you do a 2 lane, and you do a 4 lane, that's totally different things. Okay. When you do a single carriageway bridge and a dual carriageway bridge, totally different thing. So, and then, as that they happen also, the surrounding communities, they also they open up. Issues of traffic begin coming. So begin say, oh, let's do the side roads. Let's also make sure that these roads. So before you realize it, the budgets don't go from X to X plus plus plus.
Apart from roads, what else you think you could have done better, you know, as a government?
I think we before able fix some of the issues around the education sector. a bit better. Yes, we be able for attempt for deal with the issues of ghost workers. Yes, we'll be able for deal with more, open more universities. But wait till we know, I not think say we be able to do very well. Now how for deal with the issues about teachers and their approvals and their salaries and things like that, we been a bit too slow in that process, and it was used against us.
President Bio don't come with the free quality education. We're in flagship program, and in a statement before he become president, and if we don't become president, and that the APC then, you know, not good for the country and not even good for themselves. You know, these are statements we don't repeat several times. Una divide the country, inherited a very bad economy, and human capital development are in biggest projects, and they think say una not spend time on that sector there. So you agree say is right? What he's doing now is better than what you could have done?
Perfectly wrong.
But you just agree say una not do well with education?
No. I not tell you say, I say there are a lot of things we could have done a bit more on. I tell you the positives, and I tell you the area where we don't do slightly different. I don't tell you that. I know they say we not do well. Because if you look at the education sector, the package.
But he's doing better now. You think say the free quality education
is far from it. The
free quality education is a very ambitious project.
No. It's one thing to say something. It's another thing to have it done in reality. Like I tell you, for example, the package where APC been get for university students. Every Sierra Leonean will be they go to a public university in this country, but they get over 70% subsidy on their fees. In addition to the one where they get scholarship. All women there, where be they go university, where they go do the sciences, automatic scholarship, regardless of tribe, regardless of region, etc. We be they also offer scholarships to all physically challenged.
So now pay attention to the tertiary level.
No. And then we be also get free education for primary and lower secondary levels. They'll not be the pay. And we be they pay all exams fees. You know, the only thing that we be they see those things as we responsibility. We not be the vuvuzela like that.
Yeah, it wasn't a flagship project like this one.
Exactly. So waiting they happen now.
But this government don't increase the budgetary allocation to education. We not do, and they made it a priority.
So waiting there for sure for waiting they talk on paper.
You see, if you understand, and then the increased salary of teachers.
The rate at which APC increase salaries of teachers and workers across the board, it not happen this time. Now we increase the minimum wage from Musa we meet about 150,000 a month to 600,000 a month, and we increase the salaries of health workers by over 300%. We increase the salaries of lecturers by over 400%. You know,
and in 3 years, they don't increase 30% on the salary of teachers. They don't increase. They're paying teachers.
They're not paying it.
No, they're paying them.
Go and check for the list of teachers where they approve if they don't receive salary to this date.
The 30% increase was announced in Parliament. Also,
it's one thing to announce. It's another thing to pay.
Also, there is 50% increment in the salary of lecturers. We then just announced recently. We don't begin.
We've been doing 400%.
Yes, so I'm
saying 50% they pay in the face of 400%.
These are the demand. In 3 years, I'm saying in 3 years, that is what they do. Wait till they talk about now. Wait till they do in 11 years. In just 3 years, this is what they've done. Isn't that a commitment? Say the president is committed to do things.
Nobody's saying he's not committed. I'm just saying that we increased the salaries of teachers by 400% at one go. Then it separate from the annual increments will be they happen.
Yeah, because it was very, very low. You bring and come, bring and come to that level.
Exactly. So we say we don't put her now. We say we don't put her now.
Systematically, we say we don't put her now. 30% in 3 years. In the president.
We say we don't put her now, they cannot increase it more.
In the president in 4 years, he had 30% for teachers. In 3 years, he don't add for university lecturers.
Yes.
Don't you think that's progressive? Imagine what could happen in 5 years.
Nobody is saying it is not. I'm just telling you that in 10 years, every year will be the increase. And then at one blow, we increase 400%.
What are your assessments of the president build leadership in 3 years?
Poor. How
poor? If you're to rate
very poor.
Over 100?
Maybe I'll give 25%.
But that's unfair. How can you? When it's always in the happen. So they've qualified for the MCC. They have a very good rating with international partners.
Not so fast.
No, they've qualified
not
for
so
it.
Fast. Not so fast.
We have been doing a governance and qualify for, but they've
not
qualified
so
for it.
Not
and they've
so
been
fast.
doing the ranking, international rankings on the fight against corruption.
Not so fast.
And other areas are very good. How can
not
you just
so
rate
not
them
so
25?
Fast.
Somebody was saying a bad teacher.
Lambrana, you did Sierra Leone. If you talk about rankings in corruption for improve, then how can you say that against the Africanist press revelations?
Okay.
How can you set that against what we observe on a daily basis? How did they go buy 4-town lots? How did they go buy 4-town lots?
These are
but the allegations they use against former ministers, where they call we anyampis, they call we tifmande, they call we rogues. I mean, how we don't report allegations. But when it came in their own case,
that was taken a court.
When it came in their own case, no, somebody should be considered innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. But in our own case, then they find we guilty in the court of public opinion.
Okay.
You see, when you deal in governance, you get to be careful with the pronouncements that they make. You get to be careful in how they characterize others.
Okay.
Because if you understand the dynamics of governance, you could say there are certain factors where you don't get control over. How can you say you don't provide sufficient electricity to the people of Sierra Leone? How?
Yeah, but the president qualified that. He said generation has increased, but transmission is a challenge.
How? Transmission has always been a problem. Has always been a problem. But what has increased in generation? What has increased?
You have car power ship that is supplying.
It has always been there.
No, car power ship was not supplying electricity when you were in governance.
It was.
No, they were not.
It was.
No, not so on sign contract with them. The ship,
yes, it was.
No.
Yes, it was.
No, Dr. Conte. The ship was here. The ship was packed there. The contract wasn't signed then by the Minister of Finance, Momodu Conte.
Because Agreko Binde.
I agree.
Because Agreko Binde, we increased power from less than 10 megawatts installed capacity when we come into governance to over 300 megawatts by the time we left governance.
Okay.
If that is not a significant improvement, then I wonder what.
But they're not saying you didn't increase.
When we were in power,
don't increase
when we were
because
in power, by what percentage? By what percentage? By what percentage? And how is that reflected? Now McKinney is dark, Bo is dark, Kono is dark, Kenema is dark, Lunge is dark, Freetown is dark.
Okay.
So when we came, Freetown was dark, we lit up Freetown. When we came, McKinney was dark, we lit up McKinney. When we came, Kono was dark, we lit up Kono. When we came, Lunge was having challenges with power, we gave them 6 megawatts, 3 by 2 megawatts, brand new power plants, and we did that for several locations across the country.
But you agree with the president in qualifiers say there is an issue. If in there are several reports. I've read a World Bank report that spoke about transmission and supply, transmission and distribution, the T&D, and it qualifies a statement that there is still a challenge with transmission and distribution.
Yeah.
You agree with him on that?
It has always been there. It is still there, yes.
Okay.
Even though, as at the time where we left governance, we be done approve about $10 million project for address the transmission and distribution infrastructure in the Western area. And that project was ongoing. How it is now managed or has been mismanaged is up to them to describe, but to characterize. But ideally, that project did before done significantly help for reduce the technical losses in the power sector, because we be to get huge losses. And the whole idea was that now for change some of the lines, install some more transformers, and then ensure, say, we able the grid gets robust enough for able to absorb more power will be available, and also for ensure that the distribution is more reliable.
Okay. But
that program was on, but whatever has happened to it, I don't know.
Okay, now we can talk about politics more inside VSL, the APC, sorry. You think, say, you know, the Commission of Inquiry report, the white paper of which you were mentioned, you think, say, it could serve as a deterrent to your ambition for being flag bearer of the APC?
The Commission of Inquiry, as we don't always state, is supposed to be a deterrent. Mm-hmm. If they follow due process, mm-hmm. and if the outcome also reflects reality and it makes sense, if it is not made overly an attempt for just victimize and attack people unnecessarily.
You don't appeal your case?
Of course.
So
I mean, like me on case is ridiculous. Mm. Commercial bank signed an MOU with government for manage 16 billion loans, small and medium enterprise fund, where they say they go administer on their own terms. Yeah, we signed the MOU. After governments don't approve, we don't then finance transfer the money to commercial bank. Not to me transfer money. Finance transfer money to commercial bank. Commercial bank signed MOU with Ministry of Trade for say they go manage on behalf of government, based upon the directive from cabinet. When me being there as minister, all the beneficiaries, the bank vet them, IFC give money for make them train all the beneficiaries. The training take place right there na the hall na Shalom Commercial Bank. Crispin Day, Patrick Conte, they all come and address the training. Myself as Minister of Trade, they invite me. I go address all the beneficiaries. Commercial bank administer the money. If people then fail for payback to commercial bank, we make the undertaking. What's that's going to do with Richard Conte? For car ask me, say me Richard Conte for refund that money. Then I mean, okay, so.
But you were mentioned about.
That's what I'm saying. That's all.
So you don't appeal the case now?
Yeah, that's all.
In the court.
Then I mean, okay.
So what if you lost?
There's no way I go lost.
Okay.
There's no way I go lost.
And if you lost, you'll back out from.
No.
Running for the.
No. It's a civil.
That is what I'm saying.
Not a criminal charge. The laws are very clear. If it's a criminal charge,
but you don't want to be
civil.
But you don't want to be a president of someone with and accused of corruption. You're gonna court and lose him. Will you want to be a president?
No. It's not common sense corruption. How you go accuse me for the?
But I'm saying if you go court now and lose him,
I'm not go lose him.
You hopeful say you know they lost him.
Yeah,
but if you lost him, you step down from the race.
I'm not going to lose him. No. Would they go Supreme Court?
Okay. Let's watch this video quickly. They can talk about politics within the APC and as well Dr. Conte ambition and waiting and hope of getting the flag bearer position. Let me watch this video quick where they can continue the program.
Let us speak with one voice, Dr. It is not about this or that. You see, to the APC, time no day on my side. The issue of the flag bearership, they eat up the party. Problem no day at the APC. What in there at the APC? A contest for the flag bearership. The contest for the flag bearership, not to court the decider.
Definitely.
Not the court. Now we self amongst we at a convention, now we will decide that. If you say go to court, you go win case today, we say we'll go to court tomorrow. But we don't want that time not there on the side. We expose ourselves to the decisions of people and we know they in sympathy with the party. Our people out there now are crying. They say we don't see. God don't make we see the difference between what in the yesterday and what in the today. If the people are not sitting down, they want to cry for what in the yesterday may come. Why are we wasting the people's time?
Good job.
Very important. If the target and
I'm going to give a chair to somebody for that team.
I don't be president. I don't get to be president again. I don't be chairman. So no waste to bullet on an Eskroma. But the problem where they get where they waste to bullet on an Eskroma is that tomorrow, when they make you flag bearer, that an Eskroma in legacy get for ride on. You know, we can't talk empty talking, you know. Now, an Eskroma in APC legacy you get for ride on. Yes. So if you begin to talk about this in the APC, talk about that in the APC, tomorrow, now the opposition will use. Say, go, now you been talk yesterday, Mr. Flag bearer, at a meeting somewhere in Waterloo, they pull the clip. Because now next year, it's difficult to. Why they talk so now, all man they record. And they carry them all sides. So tomorrow, waiting up on that platform, let's say, go, Mr. Flag bearer, don't even talk this strategy about the party. Don't even talk this. So, whose leg you get to stand on now? But we don't know, say, court, not for decide party case. Party case, if you're a genuine party man, but you don't decide. At the end of the day, it is the people. Now the people are going to decide. It is not about me. You get for work, you get for stay connected with the people, and they get for put you in. Let us give them the opportunity. This time round, it is not going to be a friend of an Eskroma, a relative of an Eskroma, a member with not favor. It is going to be on your own account. Whether the able, the feel say that he will lead we 2023 moving forward, then we all go vote for it. It's no longer about an individual. No.
That's now former President Nkrumah. They talk. They talk about how you know the party, una APC party, for able unite on ourselves, una not for una get court cases, una not for you know care una case then go na court, una for able sit down and settle. You agree with him on that?
Perfectly.
Okay.
You see, I always believe say the courts are the best place for settle political issues.
Before where we start, you talk about how there were many cases where in the time where President Nkrumah be flag bearer. A lot of cases where courts where you know wanna be able get an amicable situation. If somebody feel aggrieved enough for court,
they resolve all out of court. No. I know they say if person get issue may not go court.
Okay.
But you're right. But they say the court not to the best place for settle with differences.
Okay.
We for able come back inside, in-house, and resolve it amicably. No war, no day in the world where they don't solve at the battlefield, including we
But people
war.
are asking for reforms. Why
We
is
don't
there
get,
resistance to...
There's no resistance. We already don't get a draft revised constitution. We don't address most, if not all, I think say, if far in excess of waiting the reformers that they ask for. Waiting just don't left, and for make we able go and adopt that constitution. I will just pray say we can able meet as party people and we they engage with the one that we don't go to court for try for see how we can reach an
I see them they call you
settlement.
the unifier. I see you banner them then, right? The unifier. How that's the happen? How is it that you try for unify the party even as you want to
try for unify the party, I try for unify the country. Because I believe say as a party we will never win an election if we are divided.
So you are divided?
No, we get splinter groups. we get tensions, we get lack of trust issues, you know, those types of challenges, we get them. And like, as it is in every political party, we believe, say, we for rise above that and try for see how we can see each other as comrades, how we can work together. I also know, say, even as a country, too much tribalism, too much regionalism, too much political tensions and things like that. They happen, too much human rights abuses. But I believe, say, all of that notwithstanding, if we not come together as a country, We see each other as brothers. We allow every Sierra Leonean to feel himself a part of the governance architecture and allow ourselves for able to actualize with fullest potentials and make everybody feel say nobody will define me based upon my tribe, my region, my religion, my place of birth. I think if we don't get to that stage, then we are not heading in that direction as a country. And I believe, say, as a unifier, that's we for work towards. Because we need for beliefs and know, say, we all in Sierra Leone now one.
I don't talk to people from the APC, we want to be chairman, we want to be flag bearer. Few of them, some of them believe, say, former President Kuma left for resign. Sylvia Blyden, one of our comrades, has made several audios saying the former presidents in the executive, their old term don't have expired. Illegally, then they occupy the city. You support that?
That's her opinion.
No, you self agree, say, former President Kuma for left as chairman?
I believe, say, we get for go to a convention for do election and then let the delegates decide on the new
promised
leadership.
to resign after the elections, after the 2018 election.
That's up to him to tell you why he did not resign.
No, but you think, say, he's staying around, he's creating more division within the party, especially where people and believe, say, some of our members and believe, say, that because of his selection, Mekuna lost the election.
I believe, say, we for allow for a smooth process. We for quickly take it to a convention, and then when we get to a convention, let the people decide.
Do you see him ready to take for ensure that smooth process? He has been accused of wanting to hold on to it.
Well, yesterday we did a meeting in Makeni, and I will take him for your words that is not the case, and I believe, say, he determined for superintendent over his free, fair, transparent, and credible process will lead to the election of a new leadership and for move forward. I believe from what he said that intention now for make it, allow chaos for reign, but make it, we just go through this process as quickly as we can, and that make we don't say we go engage with all the one that we get issues, we disgruntled for like we quickly try to see how we can address them.
You know, flag bearer aspirants among a lot of others. There has been this concern from other flag bearers and people who want to be flag bearer, say the endorsement by certain members of the executive, and to an extent, people and think, say, former President Koumadi supports Dr. Samura Kamara. You think, say, that is unfair and it shouldn't happen within the party?
We don't raise those concerns. Me personally don't write. And I don't raise those concerns. And even this past Sunday, we will meet with the leadership of the party. We repeat those concerns, and we believe, say, if the people that we get for superintend over the electoral process, then they become overtly partisan, then it not going to allow for make people and get trust in the process. And if the process is questioned, then there's a challenge. But, you know, the good thing is that in the new draft constitution, we'll get some transitional arrangements we provide for the setting up of a transitional independent elections management committee. And that committee, they are not the current executive that they handle the elections. So we believe, say, it will be...
But the endorsement from or a possible endorsement from anybody like former President Nkrumah to a candidate means a lot. You think, say...
Well, President Nkrumah, up to yesterday, say he not personally endorse anybody yet, and he not personally get a candidate. That is not to say that he not get a preference. Christian Atop or Umfa Ali, or even the guy where they did now, they all get for vote, so which means deep inside there they get a preference. But that not means say therefore make her open. So and then get a right. Forget their own preference. I'm not getting the problem with that. I mean, no say anybody for which then I mean at the preference. I prefer choice. But
so waiting are your chance? Waiting are your chance of becoming flag bearer of the APC?
Very good.
How popular are you within the party? Waiting are you base within?
I'm very popular within the party, and I believe, say, if we vote today, then we win.
Now you win?
Yes.
As against Dr. Samura Kamara?
If we vote today, the delegates vote today, then we win.
But whose side this confidence they come out?
From God and from what I do observe going around.
Okay. So what's in the message where you think, say, if you want to vote today, what's in the message where you give people? Is it that money they use?
I'm not getting.
You're not a businessman.
I don't get them.
You're not a businessman.
Yeah, man. Businessman, they by category.
So waiting get this confidence now that you were just candidates. You get people who be the on the past time, they not get them. Then you get Dr. Samuel Kamara.
I believe say members of the party all over the country, they need somebody with compassion, somebody with care. I don't demonstrate that. They need somebody who will stand out and defend them, and defend the results, and defend the members. I don't demonstrate that over the years. They need somebody who will able to lead them from the front. I don't demonstrate that. They need somebody who don't get a proven track record of delivery and good performance. I think I don't possess that. And I don't succeed for go around and listen and interact with people and try to sell the message of unity of this country, a message for say we all now one and we all get to work together for a better Sierra Leone. And I think say that message is resonating well with my people.
Which of the groups na the party the NRM you get Big Six and other groups a
member, a proud member of the Big Six.
What that mean?
Now actually
you're already creating division within the party. Not a division.
In any political party in the world, in the developed world, they have the liberals in the party, they have the moderates, they have the conservatives. That camps. Okay. But they are still in one party. We are just a group of friends. Where they come together and they interact because we believe, say, we get for trial, we build more confidence in each other, and let we not see each other as enemies. Just because me and you, they run for the flag bearer for party, for make we enemies. We for still able to sit down, interact, and discuss issues about the future of we party. And the good thing is, we know they discuss with individual campaigns.
Another group will not accept the result if you not come on our way.
No. In fact, we don't get a position. I mean, don't go on record. For say, if at the end of a free, fair, transparent, and credible process, somebody other than me is elected as a flag bearer for the party, me will be the first person.
Waiting to be a free, fair, and transparent process.
Level playing field, where no undue duress and interference not take place. If that happens, me will be the first person we go grab, congratulate the person, we win, and throw me weight behind her. Because at the end of the day, it's about the party. It's about Sierra Leone. And my own personal ambition, not for day above that of my party and my country. So it not really matter. And in any case, I had a life before becoming president, and I'll have a life after that. So whatever the outcome of me go accept that as the will of God, and then we'll go move on. Okay.
Finally, waiting now your vision for Saloon if you become flag bearer.
My vision now for a united, peaceful Sierra Leone.
Okay. How you plan to achieve that?
Where everybody,
especially when you get party, where you get for the job,
everybody
you know, you get for a lot of young people and job.
It's normal everywhere in the world.
But that is what you've been complaining about. That is
no. That is different from waiting they see whether they go into an office in one day and sack 250 plus people.
Now which office are they?
Just Statistics Sierra Leone, for example.
But the statisticians have denied that.
Of course, they sack people. Or everybody.
But we saw them. Have been kind of power. Sack people. No, but you sacked people. There were people. But you go expect people that will get political appointments for continuing.
But that's different. Political appointees, they naturally go. Everybody knows that. The day they elect a new president, you don't say you don't cease to be a minister.
So not to them people, and when you were at State House, you not been get political appointees, we been they work with you at NAD.
In fact, we retain them. All the advisors that we work under Pakaba, we retain them.
Okay.
Strasakin and others.
But you get other people that we been appointed, we carry it, we in a
political appointment. Yes, because we had a new structure. No, we advertised. When we came, we advertised in the office where we the head in the presidency. We advertised for all the positions and people they apply across the board.
Okay.
And even some SLPP people got jobs in the office of the chief of staff and they worked there.
Okay.
So it is not like what it is now.
So how you plan for unify this nation? You've been talking a lot about uniting.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We go ensure say we create space for everybody. We ensure say we heal the wounds. I don't talk about government does set up this peace and reconciliation thing, I believe in it because I was a UNDP consultant in Guyana on such a program, and I worked with the then SRSG, Schulenberg. We brought in the program manager for that program in Guyana. He came to Sierra Leone to help set up this program where they launch now. So I believe in it, but we will make it more inclusive. We will make people then get confidence in its membership, because we believe, say, these tensions between political parties, these tensions between regions, these tensions between tribes, not for be allowed for continue.
Okay.
We'll do something about it for make sure, say, we all feel ourselves again as one inside this country, and we all walk back for a better Sierra Leone.
Okay, Dr. Richard Conte, thank you very much. Thanks very much for joining us in the program. We wish you well.
Thank you very much.
Sometime after you win the flag bearer, we'll go interview.
I'll come back.
We wish you well. Thanks very much. That now Dr. Richard Conte, we now one of the people we don't show interest for be flag bearer of the APC party. We don't talk about ambition, but in time we serve inside government, waiting to think about the current government and again rating and waiting a vision for Salone, where you just don't say a one for unify the country. Now I'll go end this discussion today. Thanks very much to reviewers them we don't do with we. Tete will meet back, continue for watch AYV, and this is the program Hot Seat, and me na presenter Madula Mwanaba. Tete will meet back, Tata.
Yes, subscribe. You always the watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wait till you get for do, press this red subscribe button, and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. And don't and not get for cost you anything. When you do this, now sign for show say you the support we for make we do more. Thank you for your help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you.